First one is firefighters scramble to
Corral.
corral. Like coral and corral are spelled the same.
No, I think corral is 2 R's and coral is 1 R, I believe.
Can we get a spell check on that? Firefighters scramble to corral. Corral. That's
Corral.
really wild.
I say
Wildfires.
I got to draw.
Palisades.
I've been in Texas as well.
This is a news territory. Did you see what's going on in California, Keyan?
I have seen it. Yeah, it's crazy. It looks like it fucking sucks. If you've ever been through that part of LA, some of the best, it's like the best real estate, one of the most beautiful areas probably in the world. Crazy, like one of the nicest places probably to have a home. And they're burnt literally to the ground.
Topher, you're from California, or were from California. What do you think about all this?
I don't know.
Ended for residents near the.
Whoa.
It's just really sad. It's not surprising, but it's really sad.
So is there so it's going through a whole list of what's been burnt? Kenneth Fire, West Hills, 1,000 acres, 35% contained. Eaton Fire in San Gabriel Valley, 13,000 acres. 3 deaths, 4 firefighter injuries. Over 600 fire personnel assigned. Cause of fire unknown. Palisades Fire, 20,000 acres. 2 deaths. 5,300 structures burned. 8% contained. Dude, these look like attacks. So I was saying before the show, this doesn't look like normal. This looks like a coordinated attack.
Time of year is weird, right?
Say that again.
Isn't the time of year kind of weird?
Well, you'd think that, but in LA, it's basically summer weather or spring weather. It's basically nice weather year round. It's not like it's not snowing there right now. And I guess what the alternative to it being a coordinated attack is the environment, which is shared by a large region in LA, is prone to bouts of very low humidity, so very dry conditions, and high winds. And so if a fire starts, it spreads incredibly well.
So it's
in
not
those conditions.
possible. This is just me saying this. It's not possible that somebody could shoot a laser from space or something.
It's probably possible. Probably someone could, but why?
Wait, say that again.
I did also entertain the, direct energy weapons idea for a hot minute there yesterday looking at it. But there might be nothing to that. I don't know. At the end of the day, it's like all this destruction still happens. So what's the point of, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot, dude. I mean, this list is crazy. Look at that list.
I think the thing that I'm seeing a lot is it didn't need to be this bad. The fires are inevitable, especially in a region like this that's very dry and very windy. But they're usually easier to contain, but they're not. The claim is, and it seems to be very political now, so I don't know what to trust. The claim is that California was not cleaning up a lot of the brush and deadfall from their forests and greenery and stuff, and that's what made this so much worse. I don't know if that's true because it's it's crazy. We have a lot of people who are politically aligned saying that, but it probably is consistent. I would bet there are political lines on which certain people are against cleaning up forests.
Here's a video from Elon Musk. He said that a friend in LA just took this video and it's just all burned to the ground. Dude, that's crazy.
I mean, they had someone going down Highway 1 through Malibu, I guess in the Pacific Palisades area, and there were homes that are right on the water, right on the other side of this little highway. These very homes you would see in Hollywood movies, and they're just burned down to the pillars that they sit on over the water. So sad.
So this is all this. Oh,
covering us so well.
Yeah, there's another one there.
Mel Gibson's home burned down.
Mel Gibson's home burned down.
No way.
Who's Brendan? I don't know who that.
I feel like that would happen to one of his characters, but
Oh, an actor.
yeah. But the actor himself.
Yeah, and I guess they're now sharing bios and stuff. Leave it to Twitter to figure out who's to blame.
Oh yeah, there's lots of DEI stuff.
So Bitcoin also could potentially. I mean, this post showed up on Stacker.News. I thought it was interesting. How much Bitcoin was just lost in California wildfire.
Oh.
So this was linking to that ex-cancel site, and this is somebody said, so seriously, not to make light of a horrid situation, but functionally, all the Bitcoin holders in an upscale area of Cali just lost the private keys they had hidden behind the light switches and taped under their desk. We probably just locked up another sailor buy worth of Bitcoin forever. What do you think about that? Too soon?
I would guess most of those people are holding their Bitcoin on exchanges, so probably not. Most people who are taking their Bitcoin into self-custody, I don't think do it that stupidly anymore, but maybe they do.
And then another post I saw on Stacker.News was easy to mock California. This is from Kepford. He said, is it easy to mock the government of California? I would say it is a joke, but it's actually evil. The government of California has managed to lose population in other states, even though the weather is amazing. And it just goes into kind of just blaming the state itself. Any comments from former Californians
Yeah.
at the table?
Yeah, it's
The
easy.
government in California is evil? That's news to me.
I mean, he goes into here, he says, there are subtle things that California has done that might sound nice to the average person. And then he goes into all these other things, like restricting how much insurance companies can charge, insane restrictions on housing construction and construction in general, stupid occupational licensing regulations, stupid tax policies, insane projects like high-speed rail project.
This is just another domino in a long, well-documented list of dominoes that have fallen in California that highlight just failure in government, failure in infrastructure, failure in essential services. So
do you think we just need better leaders? Do you think it's just as simple as that, or do you think we need better principled leaders?
Better money. That's
Or
what I
do you think it's just money?
I think we just need
Better money?
I think culture is broken. I think everything breaks when culture is broken. And I believe money breaks culture. Bad
You
money.
said something earlier that was interesting about the evil thing or whatever. I don't know if you want to share that.
Oh, well, it's no secret that the state of California makes money off of every wildfire through federal aid. And even Trump highlighted this when he was president in 2016, because we have these massive wildfires and they always spread out of control. It's always due to incompetence when they start. And there's no economic incentive for them not to happen from the perspective of the California state government. They make lots of money every time one of these happens. And all of their friends make money. It creates new development opportunities for real estate because they get to bulldoze these areas.
You kind of see similar things here in Austin too. I mean, it's not really well known, but I've heard from certain individuals that, like, whenever there's like homeless stuff that goes on here and they have to go to the hospital or something, there's some people that make a lot of money from that. And so I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to know.
It's hard to know.
The actions of individuals that are leading a state or city, unless they,
What do you think happens to everyone whose house just got burned down? Like, are they permanently leaving California, you think?
Well, let's see. Their fire insurance was likely canceled recently, and they probably didn't have any other options for insurance because all the brokers left town. So what's really scary to me is like how many people that lost homes are essentially being denied coverage. And this is how the state of California makes money, because insurance companies get to deny coverage, which I don't even blame them at this point, because if the state is instigating these fires, which they are, at least indirectly through incompetence, then as an insurance company where you're already heavily regulated on how you make money, how can you possibly offer a policy for profit for fire insurance in California? It just seems like that's crazy. So a lot of them left. You can't get fire insurance. So if your house burns down, then really your only recourse is to get FEMA money. So they're probably holding out. I mean, my family had a house burned down in a fire in the past. So I've been through this. And at this point, like, it's either they get the FEMA money if that comes around, or they just lost everything and they have no recourse. So, you know, I feel really bad for these people, because a lot of these people, you know, just because they're living in the Palisades or Malibu, it doesn't mean they're rich. Like, a lot of these people bought their houses like 50, 60 years ago when there was nobody else around. And, you know, one of the few protections we have in California is Proposition 13, which limits the government's ability to raise your property taxes, because that's another way the government fleeces you and steals your property, is through property taxes. But we have Prop 13 to stop that. So a lot of these people, they're not necessarily rich. They just bought a house in a really nice location a long time ago, and they kept it in the family. And because of low property taxes, they're able to live there even if they're retired and they don't make that much in income, and they're living off a pension or something. And I know those people because I worked in one of the areas that I worked in was in the Palisades, and now they've lost everything, and they have no recourse. So
Yeah, I've seen reports of that, exactly what you're saying, like retired couple denied fire insurance. Or is it just like, this is a kind of clever time of year, like maybe your insurance policy just expired last month?
No, this has been a problem going on for a while now, because these wildfire, like this all started around the early 2000s, and it's just never stopped, where we would have these massive wildfires that go out of control, and insurance companies are already overregulated on one side, and then they have to deal with these massive like payouts on the other side, and so it just became impossible to get fire insurance. So this has been a struggle for a long time. Like, if you have a house in the mountains, or you have a house anywhere that's considered like a dangerous area or it's at risk of fire, it's going to be impossible for you to get fire insurance. So
then what do you do? Like, if you wait for the FEMA money or like any type of like recovery, do you rebuild, or are you leaving? Is that kind of a pattern?
Rebuild, well, with what money? Because if you don't have the money, you can't rebuild.
Mm-hmm.
And you're still on the hook for your mortgage. I mean, the bank will require you to hold fire insurance, but then you have insurance companies that will deny coverage. So then you have that whole thing that you have to go through, is being denied coverage.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just in health insurance where insurance carriers just gleefully deny you your coverage, or they underpay. It happens with home insurance too.
Yeah.
So
Too bad there's no CEO of Wildfires.
CEO of Wildfires.
So
That's Gavin Newsom. He's pretty much the governor of wildfires at this point.
So other posts, and this is not to, like, you know, just to let people know, rents are falling in Austin.